Most people don't realize it yet, but we are living in the single greatest era in human history for storytellers. Not a good time, not better than it used to be, the best. Full stop. And the wild part? Most writers are still acting like it's 1950, waiting for someone to discover them, publish them, allow them to matter. For most of human history, writing wasn't a career. It was a privilege, and often a controlled one. In the Middle Ages, only the clergy were allowed to produce written work. Books were literally copied by hand inside monasteries. If you weren't part of the church, your story simply did not exist. During the Renaissance, things opened up, but only slightly. If you were lucky enough to be born into the aristocracy, or happened to catch the attention of a wealthy patron, congratulations, you got to write. Everyone else, you stayed silent. Talent without noble connection meant nothing. Then came the industrial era. Printing presses, mass literacy, newspapers. Sounds like things should have improved, right? They only consolidated the bottleneck. A small handful of publishing houses became the new gatekeepers. They controlled what counted as literature, what got distributed, and who was officially allowed to be an author. Even in the 20th century, the so-called golden age of publishing, there were only so many slots in bookstores. Editors decided which voices were marketable. Everyone else got rejection letters and quiet death in a filing cabinet. So for centuries, one thing has been true. Writing ability wasn't the deciding factor. Access was. Then something changed. The internet didn't just disrupt publishing. It annihilated the gate. Suddenly, you didn't need a printing press. You didn't need a distributor. You didn't even need permission. A laptop and a half-decent Wi-Fi connection gave you access to a global audience. Platforms like Kindle Direct, Webtoon, Substack, Railroad, Scribblehub, Patreon, all of them saying the exact same silent truth. If you have something worth reading, you can put it in front of people right now. You want to serialize a mystery? Do it tomorrow. You want to drop a 500-page literary manifesto with zero compromise? Upload and hit publish. No patron, no agent, no editor telling you to tone it down so it's more marketable. For the first time in human history, authors control the entire value chain of their own imagination. And once that control clicked into place, a whole stack of new opportunities opened up. You're not limited to one format anymore. Text becomes audio. Audio becomes video. Video becomes serialized interactive storytelling. One idea can live across multiple mediums, all owned by you. You're not restrained by geography. A niche that would have died in a small town in the 1950s can now attract thousands of readers across 5 continents. Obscure is no longer a weakness. Obscure is a competitive advantage when you're the only one serving that audience. You're not trapped by one revenue stream. Book sales are just the surface. Courses, memberships, paid newsletters, merch, licensing, speaking, adaptions. Essentially, a single story can become an entire ecosystem if you decide to treat it that way. And the best part? All of it, every single one of those possibilities is accessible to individual authors. Not corporations, not studios. Individuals with enough strategic thinking to realize what era they're actually living in. And that's why this moment, right now, is the greatest era in human history for authors. Not because it's easy, but because, for the first time ever, the only thing standing between a writer and the audience is their own execution. No gatekeepers. No permission slips. Just you, your ideas, and the choices you make with them. So, if you're waiting for someone to discover you, you're already living in the wrong century. Because this era doesn't reward passive talent. It rewards active authorship, the kind that builds, experiments, and takes full control of its own destiny. And if you're that kind of author, you've never had more power than you do right now. So don't waste a century you were lucky enough to be born into. I'm certainly not. If you want to see how I plan to not waste it, check out this channel over here.